of another episode and that rotted. You man are crazy, you know, all the way from one man's in Gambia, America. Man said, "Where's Rants, bro?" Imagine, yeah, man's all 2 minutes behind. Yeah, man are calling for my head already. What's wrong with you people, man? What are you saying, that, bruv? You cool?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm just enjoying the sunshine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
We have to look at light at the end of the tunnel. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been a booky year so far. Still, it's been a mad. You know what I'm saying? So
it's been a mad year. That's what I mean. I just got in. I was just cycling around London and got in, and then I might go back out on my bike after this, bro. Like the weather's nuts, bro. 2 days in a row, early 30s and that. Come on, G.
I need to buy a bike. I was saying it yesterday. Still, I need to buy one. You know.
Yeah. It's a must, bro, because you know you don't get breeze with the heat here, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, man, when you're on your bike, like you get a nice little wind and that, it's nice, isn't it? It makes it more bearable, the heat, bro. But I've been enjoying it, man. I can't even lie, bro. Like, and the man's going to Dubai soon in like 2 weeks. You get me, bro? Yeah, man, just booked the flight last week. Said fuck it, and need to get out.
What about the 14-day quarantine thing?
Yeah, well, bye, bro. They've even stopped their They've even stopped their curfew there as well, bro. They get back to normal. Water parks are open, whatever, bro. Like, I'm about to live my life, G. You know the ones there. Like, lockdown's over here, pretty much.
Pretty much, boy. Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was out today. It didn't look like lockdown to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't imagine what the parks are like now. I know it's mad.
Nah, bro. Like, I was riding past them. Do you get me? So, like, when I'm in Dubai, I'm still going to keep my distance from people anyway. But it's like, boom. It's calm, bro. I'm just going to enjoy my life, bro. Like, this year's been a sheg, as you said, innit? So
it have to be done.
Just got to get on with it. And I can work anywhere in the world, bro. We're not allowed to go games anyway, so I can just stream from wherever I am as long as I got internet connection. So
straight up.
It's calm, man.
For real.
But yeah, bro. What you lot saying anyway in the comments, bro? Let us know where you're watching from as well. Big up all you, man. Cape Town here.
You man from Saudi.
Is it, man, in Saudi? Okay, yeah, Dubai here as well. He said it's all good. Yeah, bruv. I know. I see you, man, soon, you know. I see you, man, soon, bruv. I'm about to touch down.
When you going? 2 weeks' time, yeah?
On the 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, 9th of July. So it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Is today Wednesday? Or Thursday? No, it's 2 weeks today. It's 2 weeks today.
Yeah.
A
year ago.
Yeah, that's it. So, first question, man's gone straight in with the super chat, brother. A year ago, we went from playing with back four of Jones, Smalling, and Valencia, double pivot of Fellaini and Matic to a team that can challenge. Yeah, bruv. It's been good. I don't know if it was a year ago because we sold Fellaini more than a year ago, but I hear what you're saying though, bro. It's a vast improvement.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's start on United then, and then we'll go into everyone else because we want to talk about Arteta. We want to talk about Arsenal. We want to talk about Frank Lampard. There's a few things to cover today. You get me? So we'll start with United, and then we'll go to the other teams. We want to talk about Liverpool as well because they absolutely rasped Crystal Palace yesterday.
They bashed them up, boy. They mashed them up, but yeah, talking about Man United, obviously, 3 points. Like, to be honest, I was confident from off in it. An hour before the game, when I saw the lineup, I was like, do you know what I'm saying? I ain't had that feeling about Man United on attack since Fergie's left. Like, how confident I was that Man United were going to create chances. Do you know what I'm saying? With or without Ollie's tactics, I knew with that front six, basically, ultimately, yeah, we're creating chances. And I think because of what's happened with Sheffield United leaking goals the other day, I know that they went down to 10 men. I knew that they were going to be in disarray at the back, in it. Like, they weren't going to be able to handle what Man United had, and that was it. Do you know what I'm saying? And we were too much for Sheffield United in that game. So I was just happy with the way Man United played. To be honest, it was one of our best performances, I think, at
of the
home.
Season.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And special shout out to obviously like Marcy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously Martial's come up under crazy criticism. I'm seeing memes flying around that people saying how bad he is, how much of a terrible, how overrated he is.
There were arguments going on in my comment section. Yeah, man are comparing him to Tammy Abraham, bro. I wanted to literally delete the whole post. You know them ones. I said, how dare you?
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, like with Marcy, yeah, obviously his form's been inconsistent, but let's not get it twisted, in it. Like, The man is a baller, and at his best, yeah. Take Pogba out, he's probably our best player.
He is.
In terms of ability. Do you know what I'm saying?
But bro, he hasn't been inconsistent. That's a myth because actually he's a 1-in-2 striker, bro, and he don't take pens. That's not inconsistent, bro.
And he don't play centre forward.
And he doesn't play, and also he's had injuries. So when you look at everything, he hasn't been inconsistent. That's another myth of Martial. How can you be inconsistent but you're 1-in-2?
It's true. That don't make sense.
But
that's like a good form for
yeah. 1-in-2 for a striker in the Premier League is very good.
And like I said, like for most of his Man United career, he's been playing Robin. He's been playing Robin. He's been playing second fiddle for flipping Rashford or Lukaku or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? He's never been able to get 4 or 5 chances a game. Obviously, the odd chance. Every striker does. And another thing, while we're on that note, people talking crap about how LOL, how is this his first hat trick for Man United? Like, are we forgetting? You know, man like Henry, Owen, Rooney, they only got eight hat tricks their entire career, you know. Their entire career. You know what I'm saying? Their whole career, they only got 8 hat tricks. Harry Kane's only got like 8 hat tricks his whole career. And obviously Harry Kane's one of the best in the world. So let's not get it twisted. Like, even bagging a hat trick is an achievement. Do you know what I'm saying? And if he gets a couple over the next couple of years, you won't be saying that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like the man's 32 years old.
Mm. Bruv, he's due to bag another hattie this season, bruv. Man better watch out because you know what, yeah? Since the turn of the year, he's the top scorer in the league, bro. Which correlated with Bruno coming into the team, bro. Because we're creating more chances.
Or what do you think about some people saying that, like, they don't like the fact that Rashford was playing second fiddle to him yesterday and, like, they're not letting Rashford... This is going to
stop. Who said that?
This is what comments are flying out because Rashford was playing, like, the passing role. He weren't in that role where he's going to get 2 or 3 chances a game. But I'm like, bro, you got to share it out. You can't always be the man who's getting 5 or 6 chances a game, innit? Martial's...
Bruv, what idiot said that, bro? Like, bruv, listen, yeah, last game against Tottenham, Rashford got a ball back post, yeah, that he hit the goalkeeper with that he probably should have scored. Martial put one across to him and he missed the open goal. Then Pogba put one on the plate for him and he missed it completely. Bruv, Rashford's getting chances. Yeah. Like, why am man chatting shit for, bro? Like, Rashford could have had 2 yesterday.
It's because Rashie, obviously Rashie's the golden boy, innit? Martial's the more one who, outside of Man United fans or people who watch Man United, I don't think people really like Martial. I don't know what it is about him.
But they don't. Like, they don't like Pogba either. Like, and that's why today, like, I put out a video earlier, innit? Like, and it was and it's basically United by numbers, innit? It's a stats breakdown. And when I say when people have certain biases towards certain players, they judge success in different ways. You know them one. A lot of people don't want to admit, that they judge Pogba differently than they judge Bruno. They don't want to admit that they judge Rashford differently to they judge Martial. An example yesterday,
Man United, they do that.
Yeah, of course they do, because the media pushes it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for instance, look at yesterday. The chance that Martial puts across to Rashford misses an open goal. Everyone was talking about, why did Martial shoot? Not the fact that Rashford missed an open goal. Imagine if it was the other way around. They would have been battering Martial saying, how did you miss that open goal, blood?
Bro,
you see what I mean?
Trust me. And it's like, bro, that's why I realized when I watched Man City, if David Silva plays a 7 out of 10, people are like, he played a 10 out of 10. Perfect game from David Silva. Everything he done was genius. You know what I'm saying? These times, man was just doing a lot of touch and goes.
Yeah. But bro, it happens in football,
man. It happens, obviously. That's the same that's what I'm saying. That's why everything that Kevin De Bruyne does is going to get a highlight. It's going to be on the highlights reel. Do you know what I'm saying? But I realized that anyway, like, and I think that unfortunately, like, the agenda now is a lot is clear, and it's like when I watched that game, the pre-game, the halftime, and then the post-match, and even Jamie Redknapp now seems a little bit bitter. Do you know what I'm saying? He seems like he's a little bit like it's like Souness has got into his head. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even like the way they were analyzing the game, they were like the half time they were criticizing. He was like, oh yeah, it was a simple finish from Martial. He didn't really have to do anything. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, it was like they wanted to cuss, or they didn't want to big up the genius or the move.
Bro, man were always complaining that Martial never scored enough ugly goals. Then he scores two goal centre forward type tap-ins that you want to see. A man is saying that they were easy, bro. Like, listen, he can't win, innit? He can't win. It's the same with Pogba. And you know what disappoints me about a lot of people in our fan base here is they don't understand that when I'm saying to them, yeah, judge Bruno the same way you judge Pogba, judge Martial the same way you judge Rashford. That's not me saying that Rashford's not good or Bruno's not good. That's not me criticizing them. That's me criticizing the way that you man look at football. You know them ones. Because when I pulled up a stat today, and I said quite simply, yeah, Gary Neville was literally like creaming in his pants, bruv, about Bruno yesterday and the performance he put in. I thought that Bruno's performance was good, but it was no more than good. Do you know what I'm saying? That we've seen Bruno play better than that before the break. He's still finding his.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I started to clock, when a few man said to me like he loses the ball a lot in it, and I started looking, and like he loses a lot.
Listen to the stats, Akeem. Listen to the stats first, yeah. Because Bruno is someone I like a lot in it, and I rate highly, bro. But when Pogba was playing quote unquote rubbish for us, yeah, when he was the only creative outlet in the team, yeah, he averaged, yeah, losing the ball 17 times, bro, in a game trying to create. Bruno lost the ball 23 times yesterday, bro. And not once did he lose the ball and anyone criticize him. Every time Pogba lost the ball, they criticize him. They expect him to bust the gut to win it back. When Bruno loses the ball, he doesn't run and get it back, bro. He's just jogging, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because they don't expect Bruno to do what they expected Pogba to do. So my thing is, don't compare them the same, yeah? Creative players will always lose the ball for you. Always. Because they're trying to open up. Bruv, when you're trying to split defenses, it's the hardest thing to do in a game. You're going to turn the ball over. But my thing is, yeah, if Bruno's allowed to give the ball away, that means Pogba's allowed to give the ball away. Yeah. It's that simple. Why is Pogba not allowed to give the ball away when Bruno is?
It's the new signing mentality, isn't it? Like everyone loves a new shiny signing. And because Bruno Fernandes is new, that's what is making him like everyone loves him, innit? Everyone wants to say positive things about him. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reality is Man United fans are warped by anything any new player does. You just look only at the positives, innit? Because you're just thinking about this guy is good, this guy's going to be the future, this guy's going to be the man. Do you know what I'm saying?
You could hear it with Gary Neville though, bro. Like every single thing. Like I remember Pogba gave the ball away once and he was like, oh, that's sloppy from Pogba there. I'd be like, bruv, man had flipping a pass completion rate like in the flipping high 80s and that, bruv. You know them ones there, like, or it might even have been in the 90s, bruv. And the man lost the ball once and you're onto him. And a lot of what these media men do is they make fans start thinking certain things subconsciously. And then if you're a Man United fan in your head, you're like, Pogba gives the ball away a lot. But he doesn't. He doesn't, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Matic had near enough 100% pass completion rate yesterday. Again, I could tell he didn't put a foot wrong. Do you know what I mean? But the way they talk about certain people, like flipping Souness was like, oh, Martial didn't look bothered yesterday. Man scored a hat-trick, bro. What are you talking about? He had 4 shots, three goals. And you're saying that man don't usually look interested, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what their problem is. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I can't understand it, bro. I can't even understand it. It's just sad. Like I said, and before it was just Souness, innit? But now it seems like
it's all of them. I'm sure they sit down and they plan it, innit?
Souness has influenced all of them, man, somehow. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, JB Redknapp's starting to act like Souness. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think they realize, yeah, that they get more clicks if they say negative things. I think that they're just trying to chat shit. Because for me, yeah, as Manchester United fans, we don't need to compare the players we've got because we've got all of them. You know them, man. We don't need to compare the players, bro. Ability-wise, yeah, we all know who our best players are. Like, we know that Pogba's our best player. Everyone knows that. If you don't know that, then I don't know what to say to you. However, we don't need to compare him to Bruno because him and Bruno, they don't play alike. Do you know what I'm saying? But you have to compare what man are doing in those positions. If Bruno's allowed to give the ball away as our main creator, then when Pogba was there, he was allowed to give the ball away. If Pogba's supposed to run back and fucking break his back to win the ball back when he loses it as a 10, so does Bruno. We can't have one rule for one player and not another rule for another. It's the same with Martial. If Martial's lazy because he doesn't track back, yeah, then when Rashi's not tracking back, man have to call him lazy too. Man can't just be like, oh yeah, Martial's lazy, but Rashford's not lazy. But Rashford's not breaking his back to get back no more anyway because he don't need to.
Don't need to.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the agendas, like they don't correlate in it. So my thing is, I'm happy we've got all of them, all good players in their own way, yeah. But man need to start realizing that these players are not getting judged the same. Because if you judge Martial like you judge any other striker, he's 1 and 2.
Even any other forward, not even striker.
Yeah, any other forward in the game.
To give him the striker line because he's only been striker for a couple of games, even a year. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's 1 and 2, bro, with 5 assists. And man is saying he's inconsistent. But how can you be inconsistent if you're scoring every other game, bro? That's not inconsistent. That's consistent, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. Like, I think Didier Drogba over his whole career was a 1 in 3 striker. Sometimes not even 1 in 3, 1 in 4. But Martial's...
Not according to Mourinho, though.
Yeah, but Mourinho can't count, bruv. You know. So Martial is 1 in 2, which is very good. But he's inconsistent. He's not inconsistent. That doesn't make sense.
That makes any sense.
How can you be a good striker and be 1 in 2, but Martial is inconsistent and 1 in 2? So what are you saying?
Well, all I'm saying is for the rest of the Premier League, they better hope that Martial don't have that full confidence run, boy. Because all I'm saying is he's different gravy.
Martial is gonna score. How many games have we got left? We've got 6 or 7 games left. I expect Martial to score at least 3 or 4 more goals. You know the ones. I expect him to keep this 1 in 2 thing, bro, because he looks insanely confident. And you know what? Martial's not doing anything different, you know? If you look at his numbers, he's so clinical, bro. Martial's just getting more chances.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because if you look at how many shots that Martial took to get the goals that he's got, he's taking less than a third of the shots that everyone else is taking.
He just looks happier, innit? Like being in a position where he can actually attack and shoot the ball, innit? I think when he was so far over the left and when the way Man United had to soak up pressure in a lot of games where we didn't run possession, it means he either had to pick up the ball on like the halfway line and do some sort of magic where you have to pass like 3 or 4 players, which is hard to do, or he's got to cross it in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's just got to become like a left midfielder, like some Giggsy role. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not what Martial is. Do you know what I'm saying? And Man United, if you're going to have a left forward or a right forward, you need to be dominating possession, or you need to be really good at counter-attack. If you're not one of them two, yeah, all you're doing is that left forward and right forward, ultimately left and right midfielders. Do you know what I'm saying? And that ain't no good for Martial. Do you know what I'm saying? He ain't going to be doing nothing. But at this role, I hope Solskjaer keeps him in that role. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But
let's not sleep on, yeah. You see the way Martial received that ball from Bruno on the half turn, played it to Rashford, and then kept going, bro, for the 1-2, bro. All this Martial doesn't run in behind. He don't make intelligent runs. Again, it's another myth. Stop believing.
Or like Cena said, he didn't
don't look bothered. He passed the ball and he was on his bike to try and get it back, bro. That is literally like the dictionary definition of looking bothered, bro. You see what I mean? Like, don't listen to what these guys say, guys. As Manchester United fans, we want all of our players to be on top form and be playing great. I don't want to have to criticize any of our players. However, I think there's a section of our fan base here that overhype what certain players are doing, bro. You need to raise your expectations. So when you see certain man doing things, it should be the bare minimum, bro. Bare minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Rashi got 2 assists yesterday. The way we played as a team, that's the bare minimum I expect from him because his all-around game wasn't that good. That's not criticizing him. That's the fact. He hasn't been playing football for a long time, and we expect more from Rashford now. Do you know what I'm saying? And we should do. Yeah. We should never be happy with him. Oh, yeah, he got 2 assists now. He'll know that he didn't play that well. He should have had 2 goals too. Imagine if Rashford got 2 goals and 2 assists. He's there. He's in the conversation for man of the match, just like that.
Yeah.
You see how difference them 2 little moves can make in the whole game.
100%, bro.
And that's how we should be holding all of our players to that same esteem, bruv. If a man's saying that Wan-Bissaka needs to improve his attacking, then why aren't we saying Luke Shaw needs to improve his attacking? Because Wan-Bissaka's got more assists than Luke Shaw this season. Luke Shaw don't have one.
I saw a super chat actually asking that question about Luke Shaw. Like, even what do you think? I saw it come up a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, I'll scroll back and see if I can find it.
14 parts. But
okay, Luke Shaw, what do you think this is? Rants?
English. He's English.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go for this one first. But yeah, you see the Luke Shaw thing. As I said, yeah, Wan-Bissaka's got 4 assists this season. Luke Shaw's got none, yeah. Wan-Bissaka averages a higher starting position on the pitch than Luke Shaw, but somehow Wan-Bissaka's the defensive one and Luke Shaw's the attacking one. Again, it comes down to perception because actually the numbers tell you that Wan-Bissaka's better defensively and attacking than Luke Shaw. But people seem to think that Wan-Bissaka's a defensive fullback because the media keep telling you that Luke Shaw's an attacker. But when you look at his heat map, he never even gets to the byline, bro. So again, it's a myth. Luke Shaw's the biggest myth, yeah, in Manchester United recent history.
One of his biggest problems, Luke Shaw, both attack and defense, yeah, is his positioning. It's awful, bro. Like even when like I think yesterday there was a part where he headed the ball out, or maybe it was he done it. It happened against Tottenham as well. He headed the ball out across, and he was even still out of position. It was just by chance the ball came soft, didn't it? And he's always out of position, and that's why teams exploit it. They know when they're attacking down the side, Luke Shaw's going to be out of position, guaranteed. Yeah, and on the and going forward, he looks for a 1-2. He bombs forward, and he usually. He don't find. He's not in space. He's not in the right space, which is why
to receive the ball. Yeah,
he's not in the right space, which is why he's not even getting the assist. So he's not getting the assist. His defending is not good. Yeah, and really, what he relies on is his pace. Do you know what I'm saying?
And to be fair, he's a lot quicker than you lot realize. You know,
100%.
Because his recovery pace is good, bro.
And that's it. And don't get twisted. Players with recovery pace, yeah, they get out of trouble a lot. But sometimes you got to realize why you're in trouble in the first place.
Yeah. And that's why statistically he makes more last-ditch clearances than Wan-Bissaka because again, he's out of position. Do you know what I mean? So this is what man need to realize, yeah. Like I know Mark likes Luke Shaw, yeah, and there's a Luke Shaw fan club in the fan base, but honestly, guys, it's not even personal with him. Luke Shaw's not good, bruv. Like he's just not good. He doesn't offer anything going forward or defensively, bro. Like he literally is always mopping up his own mess. So I think that he's one of them players that flatter to deceive. Like Wan-Bissaka's underrated attacking wise because at least he engages his opposition. How many times do you see him get the ball on the edge of the box, try and stand the man up, go 1-2 and that, and then try and put a cross in? Luke Shaw never does that. Do you know what I mean? So if you don't push your player back, you're gonna have to defend more.
100%. And I feel like if you're in that position, yeah, you're left back for Manchester United, like you've got to kind of like if you're not getting any assists and you're flaky at the back, yeah, like it's a bit like, bro, you're at one of the biggest clubs in the world. You've been here for how many years now? Like, when are you going to show that you deserve that position and that place? Because he's a fixture in the squad now. Like, if you look at that starting 11, besides David De Gea and Lindelof and Maguire, he's basically one of the guaranteed starts. Do you know what I'm saying?
And Williams is arguably offering more than him.
100%. And Shaw's not done enough to warrant every week playing. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think now,
after 6 years.
Yeah, after 6 years. By now, bro, there should be a reason. If you're a Manchester United starter every week after 6 years, there should be a reason, bro. There should be you should be mashing it, or you just do touches of brilliance, depending on what position you're in. But bro, you can't just be a player that's doing a 6 out of 10 every week. And still,
for me, he's still in the same bracket as Smalling and Jones, bro. You know when them man were the question marks, like, are they good enough? Are they not good enough? He's still at that level now, brother. And I'm sorry, after 6 years, that's not really good enough.
That's why he'll be going under the radar at the moment, because he's one of them players that if the rest of the team's playing well and you get 9 or 10 other good players on the field, he can also look like that 11th good player. Do you understand what I mean? But you're only gonna a lot of Luke Shaw fans are only gonna see what he's really like when Man United are not playing well, isn't it? That's what you're gonna. But anyway,
absolutely. And as this for this super chat from Chris, bruv, Jam, you know, I'm sure that's gonna stick, you know. Jaden Anthony Marshall, Jam. I'm sure it will stick, bruv, because you man on Twitter like to make up names for fucking front threes and that, bruv. So I'm sure that will stick. Someone said that Welbeck's better than Martial. I'm sure he was trolling. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys think we bought the wrong centre back last summer? We still have a centre back issue that Maguire should have sorted. Also, how has he become captain? You know what it is with Maguire? Buying Maguire just exposed, how dead Lindelof was, and Lindelof exposes Maguire because they're both slow in it. You know what I mean? And positionally, they're both not amazing either. But neither of them have recovery pace. So the funny thing with Lindelof and Maguire is they actually expose each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we probably should have bought.
What do you think of Lindelof though?
I think he's just a shitter version of Harry Maguire, bro, and he's just not as good in the air.
You think he's better than Bailly though?
No, of course not, bro. He's a squad centre back.
Yeah,
he's a squad centre back.
Why do you think he's Man United's number? That he basically number 2 best centre back.
It must be the Nordic thing, innit? It must be the Nordic connection, bro, with him and Oli, because it can't be anything else.
Straight up.
It can't be anything else because it's not ability, bro. Because Bailly's quicker than him. Bailly's better at winning the ball, and Bailly better suits Maguire. So I can only assume that Lindelof.
Do you know what I think? You know, the only factor I think it might be is because I think the fitness of Lindelof is better than Bailly over the last couple of years, in it. So Ollie's probably thinking, let me try and keep a consistent back four, because let me not do what Mourinho done towards the end. Van Gaal done it as well, where we kept changing the back four, which obviously causes a bit of instability. And I think he and sometimes to do that, it means you got to keep a player in the back line that may not be better than someone who's inconsistent, but they're going to be there every week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't feel like consistency is making us better. You know what I mean? It's not making us better because them two don't complement each other, bro. Big up everyone watching. Make sure you smash the like. Over 500 watching at the moment. I don't think, they don't complement each other, and I don't care how long they're going to play together. None of them are just going to grow pace. So they're always going to be easy to get out with a straight ball. Do you know what I mean? And also positionally, they're both not very good, bro. Like Maguire gets caught out quite a lot. You know what I mean? People just don't realize he gets caught out a lot because we don't get punished for it, but he does get caught out quite a bit. And positionally, Lindelof is
like against Spurs last week.
Oh, bro, he didn't even get caught out. He just got absolutely run ragged, bro. Like, what my man done to him? Yeah, how can you give man like a 5-yard head start and still lose the race, bro?
And let's not forget Luke Shaw bombed forward as well, which again just caused that.
Luke Shaw headed the ball up and then ran past. Yeah. Without even seeing the head away.
I ain't even trying to get onto Luke Shaw in it. I know we're moving on from Man United now, but bombing forward, what that means is as a centre back, you've got to almost like you've got to worry about going left or staying where you are. Yeah. And if Luke Shaw didn't do that, it would have been a harder road through in it. But
of course.
I'll be honest though, on my final line on this whole thing, Man United's weakness is down that left side, in it. That connection there. If I was a striker, if I was a team playing Man United now, that's where I'm attacking, in it. I'm attacking down that left middle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Maguire and Shaw, definitely, bro. Decision making shaky, lack of pace as well from Harry Maguire. Absolutely. Big up you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Going on to Arsenal now. Or should we go to Liverpool, lads?
All right, we'll touch on Liverpool, innit? We'll touch on Liverpool.
Let's go to Liverpool. How good are this Liverpool team in your opinion?
I'll be real. Obviously, yesterday, I know it was obvious, innit? Like, but they're the best team in the world right now. That's for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? In my opinion. And I don't want to hear. I know people were saying, "Nah, Bayern Munich and all this." No. Like, not only did they win the Champions League the year before, they got to the final. Besides that, remember they got 96 points last year. This year, they're gonna bust 90 points easy again. And I think the consistency. I was always a little bit wary. You can always be wary of how people are going to come back after the restart, innit? Are you still going to be as motivated? Are you going to play as good football? Bro, their football is brilliant. Like, their players are on top. Even the players that are not that good still play great in that system. It just works, innit? And it's like, I think it's definitely one of the best Premier League sides of all time, innit? Like, I feel like to be a great all-time team, to be one of the greatest though, is all about what you do over the next couple of years. You got to be over a 5-year period. I'm not saying you got to win 5 Premier Leagues, but over a 5-year period, you got to be in the conversation for 5 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Solid. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And to do that,
I think they need to probably win 3 of the next 5 Premier League titles because they haven't won one yet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have to win 3 of the next 5, and I'll tell you what, they won't. You know, so I'll put my neck on the line now.
Why do you think they won't, though?
You know the reason why I think they won't is because I don't think they have the spending power. You know what I'm saying? I just think that Man City will spend Chelsea are spending at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And I also think that they're playing above. Well, they're playing above, like they're statistically where they should be. Like it's statistically proven they're playing above right now. A lot of it is down to confidence. A lot of it might be down to lack of injuries as well, because injuries can definitely decimate your season. Like losing Laporte definitely fucked Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine if Liverpool lost Van Dijk for 4 or 5 months. Like how would they have coped with that? We'll never know. Do you see what I mean? Like even that little period where they lost Jordan Henderson for a little while, yeah, they had a little wobble. One second, Akeem's frozen. Yo,
You know the only the only
can't hear you, bro. I'm gonna have to jump out and jump back in still. Yeah, there he is.
only
Yo,
positive with
there
Liverpool
you.
compared to
Where's he gone? I don't know. He'll be back, guys. His thing's cut off. Let me see if there's any super chats in here while I'm here. No, there's no more. Akeem will be back. Right, big up everyone here. Make sure you smash that like button while you're here. Let me know where you're watching from as well. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Over 500 tuned in live at the moment. I don't know where Akeem's going. I think his internet's done a bit of a madness, but he'll be back soon, I'm sure. But what I was saying, I think that not only statistically are Liverpool overperforming in terms of like XG and whatever, but I honestly think that it'll be interesting to see how they deal with like a bad injury to one of their top players. Because again, their squad is not that deep. Yo, Ak, can you hear me?
That's better, yeah?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool don't have much squad depth, bro. So it's one of them ones where, like,
But you know what?
Yeah.
But you know what though? The only thing is that look at Man City's squad. Man City is losing David Silva at the end of the season. Yeah.
And they've got Phil Foden coming through. Like
they got Phil Foden, but obviously, how many more years has Aguero got in the tank? You know what I'm saying? And it means if you take them two out, yeah.
But they'll just buy another guy, brother. We know that City are going to spend money and they don't need to sell no one.
No, they won't. 100%. But I feel like
right, bro. Man, like X fucking internet's having an absolute mare today. Yo, Akeem, what going for the dial-up, rude boy?
They
Yo, Akeem, bruv, man can't hear you. Man's on that dial-up, my G. Yeah, I don't know. But no, the point that Akeem made about Aguero and Silva, I think that Phil Foden's ready made to come in. Also, you just have to think, yeah, that they've got Bernardo Silva that could just slot straight into that role if they want. Do you know what I'm saying? City have shown that they're not afraid to spend money, and I believe that City will address the situations they need to address in the summer. They'll just spend the money, whereas Liverpool have shown that they have to sell to buy. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is why they didn't end up getting Timo Werner, because they simply could not afford him. Yo, my guy.
Yeah, don't know what's going on with the internet, but yeah, should be all good now still.
But yeah, what man's saying with Liverpool, yeah, look at the Werner situation. He was nailed on to go to Liverpool. Turns out Liverpool can't afford him. Because again, Liverpool have to sell to buy, bro. That's not something Chelsea have to do. That's not something Man City have to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where I'm looking at this Liverpool team. There's not many places that they can really strengthen without selling someone. And I just know that Chelsea are strengthening, Man City are strengthening. You'd like to think United is strengthening. So unless Liverpool change the way they do business, I cannot see them winning 3 of the next 5 Premier League titles, bro. I can't see it because I feel like everyone's going to be more active.
What they got is that team spirit, innit? That's their main thing, innit?
They do, but a few injuries will change that.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
Let's not get twisted. They've been kind on the injuries this season. Still, they've been massively kind, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
City literally lost their Van Dijk, bro. Laporte's their best centre back.
Not even just City. Every team, pretty much in the Premier League, has lost 2 or 3.
United lost Pogba for what, bro? What? That was Pogba's first start in 9 months, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Let's not get twisted. If it weren't for coronavirus, Rashford wouldn't have played for the rest of the season as well. There would have been
true.
There was a lot of that stuff happening. But anyway, like I don't know. Obviously, with Liverpool, we'll see. But for now, they're easily the best team in the world. I think.
No doubt.
If Pep and De Bruyne leave Man City, I think they could probably win the Premier League next season again. But bro, a lot of the time, bro, with title runs, we know after what we've seen in the last 3, 4, 5, even 50, 20 years of football, it's all about momentum, innit? If you Liverpool could easily start bad and end up finishing 2nd or 3rd next season, just even if they're playing well. So let's see, innit? Like for now, let's just look at this season. They're easily the best team. No one can ban it. So
Liverpool. What you're saying, that means Klopp has to be one of the best managers in the history of the Premier League.
You know what?
Well, he has to be. He has to be because on paper, this Liverpool team is not the best team that we've seen by any stretch.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but again, I think just like the team, you got to judge it in legacy periods. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's still been there for a long period of time. And yeah, they've improved year on year, but his accolades, is not enough to be judged in the same realm of greatest managers of all time, innit? Or even greatest managers in the Premier League era. I think obviously he's going to go down in Liverpool history regardless, but I think he's got to do it again over the next 3 to 5 years. He's got to still lay it down over the next couple of years to prove that he is up there with what? Mourinho, Wenger, which we're going to talk about in a second anyway, and obviously Sir Alex Ferguson. Do you know what I'm saying? But for now,
and Pep.
And Pep. Yeah, and Pep, of course. Yeah. So to be in those 4, in that group of 4, I think he's definitely close to it. He's definitely the 5th. He's definitely in 5th place at the moment, isn't it?
Okay, and then moving on to Arsenal. Guys, let us know as well. Where do you think that Klopp ranks in terms of Premier League greats, in terms of the management? Let us know what you think, innit? Personally...
How would you rank the top 5? Obviously, Klopp being 5th, I take it. So what about the other 4?
Yeah, if you're only ranking them in achievements, yeah, absolutely.
Well, no, if you're ranking overall, all attributes in it of the top 5 managers in Premier League history, and I'm not just talking about.
I think it's hard, isn't it? I think it's hard, bro.
I'm not just talking about the Premier League as in the league. I'm talking about in the Premier League era. So what they've even done in the domestic cups and European cups as well matter. So in my opinion, the top 5 in order is obviously Sir Alex Ferguson number 1. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna say number 2 is Jose Mourinho. Yeah. Okay. Number 3 is Wenger. Okay. Number 4 is Pep. Number 5 is Klopp.
Wenger's ahead of Pep. Yeah, that's fair enough because neither of them have won a European Cup. So in the Prem.
Yeah.
So yeah. I could see why you would say Wenger, and I think that Wenger's had worse players to work with. And still, Wenger has 3 Premier League titles? How many has Pep got?
He's got 2. Yeah, 2 Premier League titles. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Wenger, then makes sense. And then Klopp's got the 1 Champions League.
And that's the reason. Like, look, the thing is, over the last year, I've come to like Pep a lot more than I did originally. In it, even I still I think he's a little bit suspect still. I know when he's eating his pie and mash at home and that. I know he's letting off some mad comments still.
Yeah.
Let's put it that. Yeah, but on the face of it, he seems like a nice guy, and obviously he's a great manager in it. But I still say the same thing in it. Obviously, he's mashed up the League Cup. He's won 3 League Cups in a row. He's made a centurion, but still, the fact is he's only won 1 Premier League more title than Pellegrini and Mancini in it. when the history books are read, if he leaves at the end of this season, he's only
He
won
won't,
one.
but I hear you. You're right.
Even though it's not fair to comparing it, but Pellegrini and Mancini's team was dog wash compared to that was wash compared to what Pep's got here. So for Pep to, bro, it's a standard thing, innit? It's like if Pep has to go down as one of the greatest, yeah, you got to compare it to even the other managers that have been at that club,
yeah,
and what they've done, and then above all of that, do you know what I'm saying? Like Klopp will probably never ever, and that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately for Klopp will never go down as the greatest Liverpool manager. He's gonna have to do something nuts in it to beat the man of old. He's gonna have to win like 3 European Cups in a row or something. Do you know what I'm saying? For them to put him as number one. You know what I'm saying? But no offense, but to become the greatest Leicester City manager of all time, you don't have to do much. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's different. It's different depending on what club you're at. And for Pep, he's got to just even distance himself and prove by not by just flair in the way you play, but on pure trophies alone, that I'm in a different bracket to Mancini and Pellegrini on trophies. And at the moment, he hasn't done that yet. That's it.
It's true. What do you guys think? Who's your top 5 managers, guys? Give us your top 5. I think that's a fair assessment, you know. I think that's a very, very fair assessment, man, on that. And I wouldn't argue with the order either. One thing I'd say about Klopp is, Klopp has got these men putting in performances above where they should be. You know them ones? Above, bro. Like, they're battering teams, bro. Like, they're battering them. Do you know what I mean? With the midfield that they have, bro.
That's why I think I think Liverpool are being smart in it. I think as much as we're saying they ain't got the money that Man City's got, I feel Liverpool are trying to spend. They're trying to spend little by little here, but when they need to buy a big player, they're going to have the money in it to blow 100M. And I think that Minamino, for example, is a good signing because as things stand now, Liverpool just need them nice 20 to 30 million pound squad player signings to fit in the squad, play a couple of League Cup games, come in after 20 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are the sort of players they need now. As soon as it comes to the point that they need to spend 100 M's, I think they're going to have it in it. And I think that's...
I don't, in it, because honestly, like, you look at Henderson and you're like, he's doing a great job, but he's not top notch.
Even on that note, what, do you think Hendo should be winning PFA Player of the Year?
Absolutely not, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely not. Never in a million years. You know what I mean? But he is, and that's down to Klopp. You know what I mean? It's down to the system and it's down to the manager, bro. If you can make Henderson look like a player of the year, you deserve a lot of credit, innit? You deserve a lot of credit, bro.
Let's not get it twisted in it about Liverpool. Like, I know we're not even talking about that now, but Liverpool get a lot of sticker among fans, in it. Bare fans who's not Liverpool fans just cuss them out, laugh at them. Everyone wanted any other team to win the league apart from Liverpool, but let's not get twisted. From the media perspective, it's the complete opposite, innit? They love Liverpool. They love them to the core. I think Liverpool was the savior of English football at certain points in the past.
They've got the most pundits as well.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But they just love them. Do you know what I'm saying? So any excuse to give them an award, do you know what I'm saying? Of course Henderson's got, but of course Henderson as well, because Henderson's the man who's been the constant fixture in that team over the last 4 to 5 years, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? And James Milner as well. They love putting a shot to him sitting on the bench. Do you know what I'm saying? As like some sort of coach or assistant manager. They love them too, innit? But fair enough, you can't banter them, innit? Till next season. So
I mean, speaking of coach and assistant manager, what about a man like Arteta, bro? I don't know. Arsenal fans, if you're in the comment section, let us know how you think Arteta's doing.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Arteta?
I think it's like, I never understood, like where everyone's confidence came from in this guy anyway. Like,
that's where it came from.
Sometimes I just respect. No, you know what? Sometimes I just respect the fact of like, just call it a gamble, innit? It's like, don't roll the dice in roulette, or put it on 36 black and be like, oh yeah, this is science. It's definitely going to hit this because it was. But do you know what I'm saying? Just be honest, innit? It's a gamble. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it because I have no clue and I'm hoping it's going to be good. Do you know what I'm saying? The same applies for Arteta. Don't start trying to make up these highlight reels of him pointing, you know, and trying to do some sort of shapes and whatever that he was doing at Man City as assistant manager. There ain't nothing that no one can go by. Do you know what I'm saying? No one can go by nothing on him. He's a complete gamble, like Ljungberg. He's no more of a gamble than Ljungberg, innit? And I think that Arteta, yeah, if he does well, I wish him all the best, innit? He seems like a nice guy. He seems like he's smart enough to get Arsenal out of this mess. Is he a good enough manager to get Arsenal out of this mess? No. No, he's not. Arsenal need a manager with stability, with experience to rejuvenate a squad that is lost. And that's it. They need someone like Carlo Ancelotti. That's what they need. Like someone said. That, like, Arteta is a manager that's good to have when you've got a young budding squad that's all positive, everyone's going in the same direction, and your board backs you. And Arteta doesn't have any of those factors. So what are you doing at the club? You need to leave and probably go to a club that can give you those things, Arteta, because you're just ruining your own career.
Yeah.
What do you think about him? Because I know you said you liked him as a coach when he first came. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I stand by that, bro. Like, I see a coach in Arteta, bro. Like, the thing is, yeah, loads of people giving Lampard credit, yeah, but I think that Arteta is a better coach than Lampard. The difference is, yeah, Lampard's got much better players, bro. Let's not forget about that. Do you know what I mean? Because Lampard, with the players he had, he should have got Derby promoted, and he didn't.
Instead, he finished sixth.
Exactly, and he didn't. Do you see what I mean? So,
but
Arteta.
What makes you confident that Arteta is good?
What makes me confident with Arteta is, one, the way he speaks about football. I can tell that he's very concise about what he wants, and he knows what he wants. A manager that knows, a manager that knows exactly what he wants and knows how he wants his players to play and picks a team that reflects that. That's always a good sign for me. Do you know what I mean? And also, the way certain players are playing for him, like for instance, look at Saka, yeah? Saka looked brilliant at left back because of the system, and then he moves Saka further in field, and that high up still looks good because Arteta's the kind of guy that he can identify attributes in a player and be like, you know what, this can work here, which is always good. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, even from what he's trying to do, I can see a lot of similarities with what they were trying to do at City. The difference is he just ain't got the players, bro. Like, honestly, but when I see how he sets the team up,
do you think it's not just the players as well? It's also the chemistry in the squad, isn't it? Like, it's a little bit like, I think it's a little bit toxic there, isn't it? No one knows for sure, innit? But I think let's not forget, like, Xhaka flipping walked out on the team.
Yeah,
off. Like, he's still there playing. I know he's now injured, but man went back in the starting 11 somehow. Yeah, he done a Kepa where somehow he got back in the team. Like, I don't know how that happened, but you also clearly have some sort of division. I think where I think personally in the dressing room, the likes of Bellerin and the likes of Lacazette, they're not the sort. They're so different in the way that they even see the game. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like Arsenal.
Yeah, culturally, Arsenal look all over the place.
They don't look like they're in sync. They look like they're all over the place. Do you know what I'm saying? It looks like the sort of thing where you can imagine at halftime or at the end of the game they're arguing. I think they're like arguing with each other about what's gone wrong and what's gone right. It's not clear. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, culturally it looks different, and I think the balance of the squad, it looks like bare different managers' players. Like, the squad, you can't tell what kind of team they are when you look at the players. Because it's like, are they a technical team? Because there's bare players that ain't that technical. Do you know what I mean? Are they a pacey counter-attacking team? Because there's a lot of players that ain't got that. Do you know what I mean? Are they hard to break down? Not really. Do you know what I'm saying? Do they create a lot of chances? Not really. It's all, they're just the not really team, bruv. You know what I mean? It's just like, not really.
Where do you think their weakness is, though? Like,
I think their weakness is everywhere. I think they can't keep the ball. I think that they can't score goals. They can't keep them out. They don't really have any blistering pace in the team. They've got a lot of tidy looking players, but where's the real pace? Like, there's nothing, bro. Like, when you actually look at the team, there's nothing to be worried about with that team. I'm in disbelief that we lost to them.
I can't believe we lost to them.
Do you know what I mean? I'm in disbelief.
You know what? And it's like that. Even like that Brighton game. The reason why it was so embarrassing as well is that they lost their heads as well. You lost your head to Brighton. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it even more bad. like somehow you let some random moped get under your skin, and he completely done both. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, was involved in a clash, whether it was purposeful or not. Yeah. Then he done a few other lunges. Had a fight with Guendouzi, scored the winner, and then still done that post-match conference, bro. It's mad, isn't it? Like,
but that's what I mean. So I'm not blaming Arteta because also Arteta hasn't had a transfer window. You never know. Imagine Arteta in the summer pulls off like 4 wavy signings and then has Arsenal bop in it.
But again, that's the problem, though. Can he do that? Because like, how many men will want to play for Arteta?
How many men are going to want to play for Arsenal and Arteta with no European football? They might even get Europa League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, are not bro, they might not even get Europa. Like, it's real. They're playing what tonight against Watford or something like that. Imagine they get Troy Deeney.
Yeah, Southampton.
Who are Watford playing today? They're playing someone, aren't they? They're playing Southampton. Or Watford playing tomorrow?
What? So today is Watford playing Burnley.
Okay.
I see Arsenal playing Southampton at home. You know that's not going to be an easy one.
Bro, imagine them man get Danny Ings deal tonight. Yeah, the confidence in that team is going to be at all-time low. So do you know what I mean? It's like if I'm looking at Arsenal, yeah, I'm looking at it like we can't really judge Arteta, yeah, until after a transfer window. That's what they said with Oli. That's what they said with Lampard. I feel like with Lampard, he had better players at his disposal, but what he's done with the players he has, without a transfer window, can't fault the guy.
Yeah, 100%. Like he definitely deserves time in it, and he deserves an opportunity to get his squad right, which he definitely doesn't have. Like, and I feel like, bro, he's got so many problems in it. He's then got the Ozil problem. He's got the Aubameyang issue, because Aubameyang, I think Aubameyang is going to see how this season plays out in it. I think if Arsenal end up finishing 10th, I think he's gone in it. Like, I can't see him accepting another year without European football. Do you know what I'm saying? That it's not going to happen. I say another year. He's not going to accept next year with no European football. So I think he's going to wait. I think Ozil is just waiting for someone who can be bothered to pay the money. He'll go. Do you know what I'm saying? And certain teams will just gobble up an Ozil, no problem. Do you know what I'm saying? So end of the day, if you lose Ozil and Aubameyang, yeah, like who's attracting these players? Which players?
There's no one of that level that they could replace them with because no one would be interested.
Bro, even worse, like even a young baller who's up and coming, you're gonna look at the players and you're gonna be like, do you know what I'm saying? Who am I motivated by to come? Do you know what I'm saying? Like what? Lacazette's basically the best player left. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true, man. Good players attract good players, isn't it? Because they want to play with other good players. So imagine if you lose, you're only 2 world-class players on paper.
And I'm seeing Arsenal now got Carl Jenkinson back training with them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like Arsenal just going backwards. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is no banner for Arsenal. That's the mad thing. Like for the first time, yeah, that Brighton loss, yeah, made me realize Arsenal are in disarray, innit? They're actually not on. Like I see Arsenal fans trying to banter back about how they're still better than Tottenham and Man United. Like Tottenham and Man United are not even. You don't need to worry about Tottenham and Man United for now. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like, do not worry about Tottenham and Man United, innit?
Honestly, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're not like petrified of the future of the club, you're living in cloud cuckoo land, mate. Because Arsenal are in a very precarious situation right now. It's peak.
I big up that Arsenal fan TV video. Still, it had me rolling. Still.
Oh, you tired?
Oi.
Like Mope, you're a cheat,
bro. Bro, had me rolling still.
Unbelievable.
Hey, the worst thing about them live games, yeah, is when you're watching it, when you're doing a watch along, yeah, that obviously everyone knows in it. You get the notification before you actually see it. So you get the notification, you're like, oh my days, they scored. Oh my days. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see it, you don't even want to look at it in real time. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. It happens. Arsenal deliver comedy. That's part of the process. Do you know what I mean?
So Mazzoline, bruv. No, it happens. So I'm saying wait to see what Arteta does in the transfer window before you fully judge him. But I believe there's a manager in there. And I don't know. I fancy that he is, once he gets better players, he'll turn it round because you have to admit here that Pep when Pep came in his first season, although you saw the difference in the style of football, it wasn't until he had his transfer window that he even looked like he was going to do anything.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt until I see what kind of players he goes for. It's just like Ollie. I think that Ollie bought himself time, yeah, because he started signing players that it made sense, innit? I
Yeah,
wouldn't, not Daniel James, but the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? They made sense, innit? So I think you buy time in the job by showing that you're at least thinking the right way, even if you're physically not able to take them to the next level. At least if you're thinking progressively, it's a start for Arsenal, innit? And I think that shows you just how good Arsene Wenger was, bro, because he had these guys playing so far above their station for so many years. He
yeah.
has to go down as one of the best Premier League managers of all time.
That's true, bro. Cannot argue about that, bro. Cannot argue. But I will say, boy, I don't know, bro. I just laugh in it. I'm looking at today and I'm thinking if there's an upset again today, boy.
If there's an upset to them today, I'm going to be moving so mad, bruv. So mad. Like, man, don't even know, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I told man, yeah, 3 months without football for me to withdrawals, and now man need to come back and watch Arsenal capitulate. Are you mad?
Banner.
Absolute mazzoline, brother.
But you know what? On the final note on Arsenal, before we even move on, yeah, I don't even feel bad about. I heard that Gwendoline tried to say some line to Mope.
I've got more money than you and that. Yeah,
that's lame. So by doing that, now I'm glad Mope rocked over all of them, innit? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying all of that, that's them sort of like them soft line when you can't prove yourself on the pitch and you can't do what you need to do in it. So you start talking about money because you play for Arsenal and he plays for Brighton. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel sorry for Arsenal in them sense, because Arsenal do it to themselves a lot of the times. Do you know what I mean? They do it to themselves. And right now, Arsenal's in a problem now because Leno's out for the season. And boy, like I said, Arsenal could really finish 10th this season, innit? It's mad. It's mad.
Oh
yeah, do you know what? Just on this note, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, all banter aside, innit, the reason why Arsenal made those triple signings, those like a new signing people, is because that was the contract deadline, innit? That was the deadline to sign new contracts for contracts that are expiring, and that's the reason why they signed those 3, and obviously David Luiz. So obviously the reality is
So did Saka get his new deal yet?
No, I think it was just contract extensions. These are ones that are going to expire in it, so they had to do it.
Right.
But let's not get twisted. It's again a money thing. Yeah. And last week I said a comment that people got confused about when I said Luiz is one of the most loved players, bro. I'm not talking about loved in terms of what football fans love. But yeah, he's loved in terms of the average person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's like an average girl or guy who doesn't watch football. They know who David Luiz is, in it. He's a big name. You know what I'm saying?
He is that. Yeah,
he sells shirts, in it. So what I'm saying is, from a commercial perspective, Arsenal probably extended that contract. It's such bad timing, in it, and it's typical of a bantam club. But they signed that contract because it probably cost them a couple of pennies to do, considering they're going to still make money from David Luiz in merchandise, sponsorship, all of this stuff, in it. But yeah, bantam club, in it, bantam club.
Absolutely.
Bad time. The way man announced it, they announced it as well. Come on, bro. You're rewarding bad behavior with a new contract. David Luiz is probably sitting at home laughing, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Agent Luiz. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a mad thing. All right, and last but certainly not least, bro. What's going on with Frank Lampard? Because I woke up this morning, yeah. I saw Sol Campbell trending, Ashley Cole trending, Raheem Sterling trending, and then Frank Lampard. And I was like, what the hell is going on, bruv? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
There's a video, yeah, going around, yeah, that I think Lampard spoke in a pre-match conference of today's game, innit? And he got asked a question, obviously, surrounding what Sterling said. And anyone who doesn't know,
right? Did they ask him that in the press conference?
I don't actually know. I haven't actually heard the question, question. But all I know is the answer, and I know that the headline is he responds to Sterling, and I clicked because the headline says Lampard questions Sterling's comment. So I was thinking, bro, the fact you're questioning means that you're already this is already sounding like a bit WLM. Yeah. It sounds a bit WLM. Do you know what I'm saying? But but either way, I was listening to the guy and he basically said, look, he respects what Sterling said, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, maybe this is clickbait. Then he said, because certain managers have proven that they deserve what they've achieved. And a lot of people have had a lot of hard times that hasn't basically been seen or something. I'm paraphrasing in it, but basically saying that he's gone through the rough, tough and difficult struggles that other managers have, like other black managers like Campbell, etc. Even though he didn't mention those managers, he was trying to say that. So he basically saying he deserved that role in it. He literally said it in different words. He said he deserves the role he's in, and he's worked hard to get to that point. And again, it just comes down to, obviously, I need to know your opinion on this, but it comes down to, again, when people say all this stuff about black managers, and black footballers or Black Lives Matter in football, again, the people who don't understand it, the ignorant people, instantly start like challenging it. Like, what that mean? What? So you're trying to say I don't deserve it? You're trying to say it doesn't mean that you don't deserve it necessarily. Which, by the way, we're going to come to anyway about Lampard deserving anything. But it don't straight away mean you don't deserve it. It just means black managers, black coaches, black directors deserve a seat at the table, and they haven't had that. But he obviously didn't understand. But what's your thoughts on it?
Bro, where's this guy about Rants is a Chelsea fan? What's he talking about, bro? Man have to block him for that. You know them, man. What a fucking mug, bro. Don't come on my lives and chat shit. You know them, man. But no, Frank Lampard's talking out his arse, innit? I read somewhere, that Harry Redknapp openly came out and said, that he called the Derby County manager and told them to give Lampard a job. Right. It's out there. I retweeted it, bro. Lampard didn't get the job on merit. He got it because his uncle fucking rang the chairman and said, give Frank the job. And he said, that the chairman said, nah, they want someone with experience. And he talked him into giving Frank the job. Okay. That's what happened, bro. So it's been proven that he didn't get it on merit. He got it because he's got an uncle in high places, which is all right. But then don't turn around and insult everyone's intelligence and tell them that not having a top flight job before, or I don't even know if he was coaching at the Chelsea youth team or something before. I can't confirm. If any of you lot are Chelsea fans and you can confirm if Lampard was coaching at your youth team before you got the Derby County job, that would be good to know. But all I know is that Lampard had not managed, like a top flight job. So then go into a Derby County job where he didn't deserve it based on his managerial experience. He didn't particularly do well because to finish sixth with the squad that he had isn't really great going, to be honest.
And by the way, you only got 1 point more than the manager before him. Who the year before, that manager finished sixth and got 1 point less than Lampard. So it's not like he done a mad job at Derby, innit?
Yeah. So it's not like he done a brilliant job, and then to go from finishing sixth and losing in the playoffs to then going to manage Chelsea, no one can turn around and say that he worked hard for that Chelsea job because he simply did not. Do you know what I'm saying? He simply did not, bro. He wasn't given a job against all odds like what's the West Brom, like Darren Moore or Sol Campbell, giving jobs of teams that were in danger of relegation, and he kept them up.
Like Macclesfield and them teams there.
Yeah, he wasn't given that. He was given a team that spent money. He was managed to get Mason Mount on loan. Like, he was able to do some things. Do you know what I'm saying? He wasn't given a team that weren't supposed to get to where they got. Do you see what I mean? Derby County fans, and I know a few because a few of them support me, none of them were ecstatic by that sixth place finish. All of them thought that Lampard should have been doing better than that. So for him to turn around and say, having his first major job being at Derby County after being a coach for less than 12 months, for him to turn around and say that he worked hard to get that job it's insulting to anyone, any of us, not just black people, anyone that genuinely is working hard in their field of work. And then for a man to get given a job, almost at a top club because his uncle called someone, that's an insult to all of us fucking working hard for us to say that.
Well, let's not get it twisted, innit? Those sort of players, that Redknapp family, trust me, they got all of the links that you need to have in it in football. So if Redknapp ever, even if Jamie Redknapp, if he ever wanted to manage, man would get a championship job like that, bro. Trust me, like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But I agree with you, and it's like a few people are saying I'm taking it out of context or I'm going further than what I said, even when I put it on Twitter on my comments. Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, the problem. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to say he's attacking even what Sterling said, but sometimes when you get news like this, yeah, this is like where you need to sit back and learn and not come back with your comments about you working hard and you deserving it. Sometimes, bro, you just got to sit down. Lampard needs to sit down and just be like, you know what, you're right. Black managers deserve more. That's it. Move on. But don't start going into your situation, why you deserve this and why you deserve that. Because on the realness, you don't deserve it. That's the reality. You don't deserve where you are. I'm not saying you're not going to do a great job. I'm not saying you're not a great manager, potentially. But don't try and twist it and make it sound like some narrative where you deserve to be managing Chelsea Football Club. Bro, do you know some managers are managing 20 to 25 years in these Championship and League Ones, dreaming of that role? You know what I'm saying? You know, a man like Eddie Howe will never ever get that role for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When man's been in the Premier League for 5 years, keeping that team up, he will never even get close to that role, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man got a job from Derby, didn't even get them promoted on a technicality because he's a legend and because of his family, which is no disrespect. Do you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But sometimes just call it what it is. Come out in a press conference and say, maybe I was fortunate to get the role. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do better. Black managers, black players should have more opportunities.
Yeah, but not even black managers aside from that, yeah? Lampard can't turn around and say that he didn't have the privilege of having Harry Redknapp as an uncle, bro, because that's a privilege in itself. Do you see what I'm saying?
You never say that, though.
No, but it's the truth. You can't turn around and say, I worked hard. So, but no, because your uncle got you the job, bro. Like, let's be 100% real. It's just like he's saying there's nothing wrong with Lampard getting a top job. It's irrelevant whether he's done a brilliant job at Derby. No, it's not irrelevant.
No,
the problem is black managers need the same opportunity. Black managers aren't going to have the same opportunity because black managers don't have uncles, yeah, that can just ring someone and tell them to give them a job because they don't hire black managers in the first place. So it's not irrelevant, bro. It's one big circle. There's nothing irrelevant about that. It's nepotism, bro, like in football. Managers that should get those jobs should be the managers that deserve them based on what they've already done. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no reason why a Frank Lampard here should get a job ahead of a manager like a Chris Hughton, or not even a Chris Hughton, a white manager, yeah, that's had more experience in league football, that maybe are managing maybe at League One level or maybe managing in the Championship. They should be up for these Derby jobs. Do you know what I mean? Ahead of Frank Lampard. You shouldn't be able to just jump the queue, yeah, because your uncle's Harry Redknapp, bro. Regardless of how well he did or not, he shouldn't have been in a conversation for a job based on his CV. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is not...
And for what I remember with that whole Derby situation, when he first got the Derby job, he didn't even have all of his badges properly. Do you know what I'm saying? So that just shows how stupid. That just shows how mad the whole situation is. But anyway.
And the guy said, okay, you have to say that about Lamp, but if you say that, you have to say the thing about Oli. I did say the same thing about Oli, and my fucking fan base had a meltdown. Did I not just say the same thing about Oli? I said with Oli's CV, he should be nowhere near the Man United job. Nowhere near.
Shouldn't.
There you go. So,
and it ain't, and we can't go out, we can't come out and act like it's about legendary status only, because there's bare black legendary players in the Premier League and they still don't have the opportunity. So it can't just be like, okay, Ollie's a legend, okay, Lampard's a legend, bro. There's bare black legends in the Premier League and they still don't get the opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying? So that also don't even make sense. That don't even make sense.
It doesn't. Like, this guy's saying, look at Gerrard at Rangers, he's building his experience, yeah? Gerrard wouldn't be given the Liverpool job as he's a Lampard. Bruv, I tell you what, if Klopp got sacked tomorrow, Gerrard would be in the conversation.
100%. And just to say, Gerrard even said himself, I think there was one point years ago, yeah, when Klopp was under pressure, yeah, like for years. And a man asked him, "Oh, Gerrard, are you would you take the job at Liverpool?" And he even said, I wouldn't take the job for now until I get experience. With respect to Gerrard, but let's not get it twisted. The fact that people are even asking him that question, yeah, just confirms if Klopp left now, Gerrard will be on the
short list. Yeah,
the short list. Do you know what I'm saying? Right up there with Sam Allardyce and all of them other man. Do you know what I'm saying? All the man who don't deserve it. Do you know what I'm saying?
This guy said, "Look at Derby now." Yeah,
a man said John Barnes, Liverpool legend.
What about John Barnes?
Why we mentioned John Barnes?
John Barnes wouldn't be in the conversation. John Barnes is trash, bro. John Barnes is trash, bro. Has he ever been a manager? I don't even know. Man are saying, look at Derby now. What about them? They've got Philip Cocu, bro. And they're sixth in the championship right now. That's where Lampard had them.
Oh, they're pinned to sixth, man.
They're sixth, bro. So they're sixth in the championship. So Philip Cocu's doing as good as Frank Lampard's doing. And guess what? Philip Cocu ain't getting a Premier League job after this.
No.
I'll tell you that much. Do you know what I mean? So again, I'm just saying, yeah, facts are facts, bro.
Mm. And on that note, even to move forward from Lampard,
one second, he's saying, as a black man myself, even though I agree, black managers don't get the chance. What about Asian managers? Again, stop moving the goalpost. How many Asian players are there in the league? Do you know what I mean? We're talking about white ex-players getting the job, yeah? If 1/3 of the playing staff are black, yeah, it makes sense, yeah, that there should be black managers. There aren't really any Asian players. That needs to be addressed. That's a certain topic. That's a certain topic completely, yeah? However, if they don't have the players, how do you expect them to have managers, bro? We need to start looking at Asian players and why there aren't Asian players. And again, that's a different conversation. And you know why there's no Asian players? Because there's no black coaches. That's why. Because black coaches would pick Asian players. The white coaches ain't going to pick them. The reason why they pick the black players is because a lot of them look at the black players and think, you know what, athletically, yeah, we like the pace and power of these blacks, but they're not looking at Asians like that. So because they're not looking at Asians like that, the Asians have to compete with the black players, yeah, who the white coaches favor for certain aspects of their work, and then the white players. So the Asians are third in the pecking order, bro. Whereas I know a lot of very good Asian, Middle Eastern, North African footballers, yeah, in London and around the country that don't get a look in. Should be playing professionally, but they don't have any. There's no ethnic managers, so who's going to pick these players?
Of course. No.
Because even in my team, I've got Moroccan ballers, I've got Iranian ballers in my team, blood. Because I grew up around them. I've got Eritrean footballers, I've got Somalian footballers, but there's none in the Premier League. You see what I mean? But I grew up around these people, so I'm going to pick people that I'm familiar with and that I respect everyone. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a multicultural society. All of these men are picking men that look like them, and they're picking a black man because they can run. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And let's not get twisted. The same way that we're like, even picking the players, yeah. Let's not get twisted. Even 60 years ago, when there was mass oppression, clear racism, bro. Even just picking the player, like Sterling came out and said, we all know that there ain't no control in player picking in it. Even picking Asian players, bro. That is the underbelly. That's the start in it, and that's what should happen 100%. But there is no fair shout until there is executives at the top of the game who's black. There's football owners that are black, and there's managers that are black in it. Until that happens, yeah, is all good. Yeah, picking black players in a football in a England football team, but bro, that don't mean nothing, bro. That don't mean anything. Yeah, even in the slave period, if the black footballers were the best, they still would have picked them. It don't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? England just want to win, or the team just wants to win. That doesn't mean nothing. That's bottom level things. Do you know what I'm saying? We should be looking at the top, going from the top and then working downwards, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Because picking black players is not a problem. That ain't a problem. The issue is black managers, and how is there only 3 black managers out of 92 at the moment? It's mad.
And that argument comes based on the amount of black players there are. So the whole Asian football argument, that's got nothing to do with this conversation, but that's a whole nother topic, and that comes down to different things as well. It's not irrelevant, but in this conversation and what we're talking about, it's irrelevant, bro, because they ain't even got players. They need to start having players before they can have managers.
Yeah. And even on that note, people keep saying like John Barnes was Celtic manager or something. Like, just
was he? I don't remember John Barnes ever having a job.
I don't remember that. Well, they were saying Ashley Cole is a coach at Chelsea. Look, this is the problem.
Under 15s coach.
Yeah, you're having to pick at this sort of oh yeah, where's this player is goalkeeping coach between 2015 and 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to look at these minor roles when we should be looking at this point? It should be 15 to 20 black managers at least across the top 4 leagues of the English game.
At least
that's standard.
Yeah.
Like, why do you even have to look back and say, oh, John Barnes was Celtic manager in 19 blah blah blah? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And even if he was, yeah, one person does not make is an exception. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes these football chiefs are smart. They'll do that just so they can say, yeah, but John Barnes is a manager. That's what they'll do. They'll do that to make you to be clear, so you can't say Rants, but we can't be racist. John Barnes is a manager. Look at him. Do you know what I'm saying? One person's not enough. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing. That's like a racist guy saying, I've got one black friend. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything, bro. You got to prove it. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to prove it in multiples. One person don't. It's not acceptable. But anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see if it changes.
All right. He's saying,
go on.
Yeah, no, the next question there, bro. Saying Wan-Bissaka, do you think Wan-Bissaka will play if we get a proper tactical coach like Bielsa, as his attacking and defensive outputs are there, but not technique? Bro, Wan-Bissaka is a lot better attacking wise than people give him credit for, because it doesn't necessarily look great, innit? But with a more tactical coach, that drills the team, I think we'll get more out of him. But I think he's doing all right, bro. I think he's doing all right. I think he gets unfair stick about his attacking output numbers, because actually they're better than other players in our team that don't have the same pressure on them. That's one thing I'd say with that.
Definitely, I agree, bro. I agree. For real. Monday say. In fact, I wanted to even ask you. Now we're just finishing on this whole race thing. So, what's your thoughts on the whole Burnley banner thing?
Bro, the only thing I think that was funny, these guys are saying Derby are 12th. Doesn't surprise me. When you're playing Wayne Rooney central midfield, you're always going to be fucking 12th. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
No, the state of that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Derby, I think Derby's ownership, they had an absolute mare there. Do you know what I'm saying? They had a mare. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get it twisted, yeah? Like, Derby fans are not happy with being 12th. You know what I mean? I speak to a few of them regularly, and they also know, that Derby shouldn't be there, but they don't like their owners. And the club's not being run very well. So don't put Derby being 12th down to... don't put it down to just Lampard leaving, mate. Don't, innit? Because they haven't invested well.
And you know why? You know why that's a dumb thing to say as well. Like, the difference in a lot of league seasons in the Championship, the difference between 6th and 12th is not even that many points as well. So that's another, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's a proper cut. I haven't seen the league, but I know usually between 6th and 12th is a couple of wins, innit? It's a couple of wins difference. So let's not act like Lampard leaving all of a sudden has made. And don't get twisted, Lampard's taken a few ballers away from them as well.
Well, of course, Mason Mount was there, and now he's at Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? So don't go on like Lampard weren't loaning man from his brethren and them things there, bro. Of course, he's taking players away. Like, what do you flipping expect? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't even know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Narratives. But anyway, what are you saying about the banner, innit? Because I look, the thing that I laughed at the most, innit, about the banner is how a certain man affording, you put in a private plane over the stadium, and they invested his money just to put some stupid banner.
They must have done like a GoFundMe or something.
Some hidden GoFundMe that no one can see. Them ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's dumb, innit? It's dumb. But there's obviously in these situations, innit? Like, I feel like I know our guy came out and said a couple of comments that was funny, like with the black players at Burnley. But I always thought the same, innit? Like, there's always been a lack of black players at Burnley for some weird reason. But I don't think it obviously is an outline to the rest of their team. But I just hope that whoever, in fact, the person who got caught, the guy got caught today, innit? So good riddance to him, innit? He lost his job, innit? The guy who flew that banner lost his job. He was an engineer or something, so he lost his job. Donut. So
he's an idiot. I just think that the company that accepted the money, built the banner, and agreed to fly that plane, they deserve a lot of stick, bro, because there were plenty of opportunities between him putting the order in and it actually happening for them to veto it. Do you know what I mean? And they didn't. So, and this guy saying, lads, John Barnes managed Celtic. Who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? No one cares, bro.
What are you talking about, John Barnes?
This is why, racism, is very, very hard to fight because people make stupid comments, bro, and try to justify something by putting something else against it. Like this thing saying, look, one brer said something about Thierry Henry getting the fucking Monaco job or something like that. So what, bro, if Thierry Henry got the Monaco job? So now, when you're going saying, that because one black guy got a job, straight out of coaching, even though Thierry Henry, was pretty much, should have been a Ballon d'Or winner, Thierry Henry, is a World Cup winner. How many World Cups did Thierry Henry win? 1 World Cup or 2?
Yeah, he won. Oh, I don't know if he was part of that other second squad. I think so, yeah. No, I don't know.
Because he won the 98 Cup, yeah.
No,
so
he won.
So Thierry Henry is Champions League winner, World Cup winner, one of the French legends in the game, and you're surprised he got the Monaco job? Bro, look how many black players fucking France team had. He got the Monaco job. He didn't get a job in the Premier League. So what the hell does that have anything to do with the lack of black managers in the Premier League? And the fact that he got a Monaco job. No. What's the correlation, bro? Tell me. Because last time I checked, Monaco was in France. So if Thierry Henry got, if anything, you're just saying that the French league are less racist than the Premier League then.
That is what they're saying, basically.
That's what you're saying. You're not backing up the fact that
this is part of the problem with this whole racist thing, innit? Is that the people who don't understand it love to counter it with, but this person, do you know what I'm saying? And when you're doing that, that means you don't understand what people are saying to you. You don't understand. Do you know what I'm saying? By saying that, by saying anything but, you know what, black managers have not had the fair shout like they should have had. That means you do not understand, innit? I mean, you need to do more research. You need to look at the opportunities that black managers have had at this level. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to look at. Do you know what I'm saying? Go back and do that first and then come back to us. Do you know what I'm saying? Because all of these examples saying, John Barnes managed, blah, 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 like, it don't, bro, that's nonsense, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to talk about that.
Right, and also, John Barnes was one of the best players in his era, bro, period. Yeah. So it's only justified. Do you know what I'm saying? But then what's your excuse for people like Gareth Southgate, who was a mediocre player his whole career, went straight into a Middlesbrough job, and he's openly said that his privilege got him the job.
Bro, Phil Neville got jobs quick time, innit?
Phil Neville got the England female manager's job straight away, bro. Gary Neville's first job was Valencia. Do you know how big a club Valencia are?
Yeah.
Come on, guys, bro. Be sensible, innit? If you're not sure, innit, then just don't say anything in situations like this. Because when you say stuff like that, it's insulting. It's actually insulting. And I know you lot don't mean it, but it's insulting, innit? It's actually insulting. Because what you're basically trying to say is that black people, it's all in our heads, bro. It's not in our head.
That's the long and short of it. That's what you're saying. Let's keep it 100, innit? What you're saying is that you're just that we don't understand, or we're too blindsided that we don't even see that this manager was appointed at this club. Bro, do you not think that we know that there's examples here and there? There's examples here and there, but that don't mean there's not a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Like, it's nuts. Like I said, it's the same as saying someone saying they're not racist. You know how many of these men who's doing White Lives Matter, these marches, and these extreme nationalists and these men, bro, these men probably have a couple of black friends or black people that they'll call friends. That don't mean they're not racist, bro. Yeah, because they'll have one example that maybe loves them or whatever and acts the way that they want to act. That don't mean they haven't got a problem with people of that race as a whole. So never use one example to give your excuse when you're tackling things like this.
You even see it with like our club fans and that. They're like, we can't be racist because we like Marcus Rashford. Yeah, but you don't like Pogba and you don't like Martial, but you like Rashford. Like, no, you like Rashford because Rashford keeps his mouth shut and doesn't do anything that triggers you. But if Marcus Rashford done the wrong thing, you'll turn on him like this.
Let's not get twisted. That's it, bro.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't like when people use anomalies, yeah, you can't use an exception and try and make it the rule to suit your narrative, bro. Do you know what I mean? Even when we look at like the education system in this country, yeah, it's a fact, yeah, that black boys are 5 times more likely to get excluded from school for doing the same thing that their white counterpart does. I've never been excluded from school before. I got into fights at school. The reason why I didn't get excluded was because I did well academically. A lot of the time, the teachers let me off the hook. I knew that's why they let me off the hook, bro. Like, I got into a fight because like one guy like started on X, bro. I spoke about it on like one of our shows. One guy was bullying my brother, and I battered this guy, like battered him. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, my head of year did not exclude me only because he said, you know what? I know you're a good guy, yeah? You get your head down, you get your work done, your grades are good. So they treated me differently. That's not the rule. I know I'm the exception, bro. Regardless of how my grades were, I probably should have got excluded. But I didn't. The reason why I didn't get excluded is because the teacher liked me because I did well in class. That's the only reason. It came down to him favoring me. He didn't treat me like he treated everyone else. He didn't look at me and saw a little black boy, so I'm getting rid of him. He looked at him and said, you know what? He's a good kid. I know he's a good kid. I see him in class. He's respectful, whatever. So I'm just going to put it down to he was looking after his brother, which I was. Do you know what I mean? But either way, other people have done less than me and got excluded. Do you know what I mean? So just because I didn't get excluded, that doesn't mean that I didn't deserve it. Or it doesn't mean that the school system's not favoring certain kids just because I got away with it. I can't look at it like that because there's so much more evidence to suggest that I was very, very fortunate, yeah, to not get excluded. I was very fortunate. I got 1 detention and that was it. And I know man that got excluded, yeah, for coming into school with their trainers on, bruv, and not having school shoes. And I got away with fighting someone. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, but that's why there's always that's what people need to understand. Like there's selectiveness across the board, and a lot of people have come across this situation from the start of their lives. Like people think now we're looking in 2020 of everything that's gone on in the last month, and we think this is the first time that this has happened. Do you know what I'm saying? We feel like this all of these natures that's happening, all of these scenarios that's happening. This is not new to a lot of people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like to a lot of people, this is just what they've experienced during their life anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? They've experienced this their whole life and they understand it. They understand that this is just the way it is, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Or either from a positive or from a negative. And on that note, my final thoughts on it is that that's why, which is a great lead to it, there needs to be positive discrimination now to force this change in it. Because I know a few people might be like, oh, Rants and Akeem's just complaining in it, not coming up with any solutions. That's the solution in it. You need to look at it from the flip side that, okay, and that doesn't mean no handouts. Black people don't need no handouts in it. And black managers definitely don't because they deserve their opportunity in it. But it needs to be that black positive discrimination that they're looking now where there has to be maybe 10% of the 92 managers in the league that are black. Do you know what I'm saying? Or 15% that has to be black. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they need to look at that realistically over the next 5 years. I'm not saying sack managers now and just put in a black guy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just like over the next 5 years, that should be something that's implemented. Same as
I don't think anyone's saying, give man the jobs of these people that don't deserve it. What man is saying is they need to be equally in the conversation. Like, for instance, someone's just put here, Vieira better than Arteta. And based on experience, you can't argue that. But Vieira wasn't in the conversation for the Arsenal job. And this is what I'm trying to say, bruv, about certain discrimination. This brother's just saying before we wrap up, Henry was assistant coach for Belgium, not the manager. See, there you go. Before you got the Monaco job. And Gary Neville got Valencia, bruv. There you go. And this guy saying that John Barnes was giving the support your argument was a reply to you were saying Gerrard will get mentioned with Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. But John Barnes is a clown anyway. I don't know what he did at Celtic, but I know that Steven Gerrard's doing better at Rangers than Barnes did at Celtic. Because if Barnes did well at Celtic, I think I would know that. I'm someone that knows football. I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I didn't know that either.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that didn't know that Graham Souness actually managed Liverpool as well because he was such a bad manager. So
he wants to do that, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, bottom line is, Man, them just need to be in the conversation, bro. That's all that people are asking for. Equality is not the same as asking for handouts, bro. Man don't want handouts. Man just want to be in the same conversation as white people that are just as qualified as us. That's all we want, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I want for our players as well. I want our players to be judged the exact same way players that look different to them are judged on the same things. Not everyday pace and power, bro. I'm tired of seeing Adama Traore dribble past 4 men and commentators talking about his pace and his power, bro. No one talks about Messi's pace and power when he's flying past people. It's the same thing, bro. It's skill that's getting man past them. He's not running and bouncing these men and they're going flying and he's just bulldozing through them. Man's getting through them with skill, bro. When Pogba nutmegged my man and went what inside them, man, there was no pace and power in that. That was pure technique and finesse, bro. But man talk about his pace and power all the time, bro. Pace and power. Do you know what I mean? Man don't think that PP stood for pace and power, bro. Like, it's a joke. He's the most technically gifted player, yeah, in the game, bro. Technically, he's disgusting, but man talk about pace and power all the time. Like, again, that's something that the way they get judged. And that's another reason why Asian players can't get a look in, because they look at black players, they see pace and power. They look at white players and they see the intelligence, yeah, and the hard work. And then they look at Asian players and they're like, well,
yeah, you don't.
There's no box for you yet. Do you know what I mean? So because there's no box for Asian players and there's only white coaches looking, they're not going to pick you. So the more black managers and coaches there are, the more chance you're going to get to see Asian players get picked, because the white coaches are not going to pick them. Because there's no stereotype that tells you that Asians are any good at football. There's none. Do you know what I'm saying? So black players are genuinely getting picked based on stereotype, or they're so good they can't be ignored. That's it.
For real, bro. You're right.
And that's just it, innit? So in a nutshell, guys, that's the reason why we're not seeing it. You know what I mean? The more black managers you see is the more Asian players you're going to see, and so on and so forth. This guy said, Rants is clueless. Adama is known for being built like a tank. So what are you saying? That he can't dribble? Are you saying that Adama just runs through people?
Yeah. It's mad.
This guy said, so you can't acknowledge Adama's physicality or you're racist. You can acknowledge it, but you don't have to talk about it all the time. Alan Shearer was a very physical player. Who talks about Alan Shearer's power every time they talk about him? They never. They tell you how good a goal scorer he was.
Yeah, how good a header over the ball.
Yeah, no one says, oh, Alan Shearer was so powerful. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a straight blockage, bro. I ain't got no time for this. You know what I mean, bro? You understand? No, get the fuck out of here, bro. You know, like that. Listen, Akeem, I got no time for this. You know, like that, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? The thing is, bro, this guy just get the fuck. Like, even man in the comment section are running him.
Exactly.
Like, man is saying this ain't rugby. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Man, that's straight blockage, bro. Come on, G. You know what I mean? Man are going like Adama Traore is a rugby player. He's a football player. Why man talking about pace and power? The ball's at his feet, blood. Let's talk about what he's doing with his feet, blood. Not everyday pace and power. Not everything he does with the ball is to do with pace or power. If you dribble past 4 players, it's got nothing to do with pace and power. It's because you managed to keep the ball close to your feet. Because there's bare man, Lukaku's got pace and power, but he can't fucking run past players.
Bro, it's just stereotyping it. That's it. People just love it. People love it, bro. And it's
pace
sad.
And power, you know. Like what? When Lukaku was scoring tap-ins, man, we're talking about pace and power. You don't need pace and power to score a fucking 3-yard tap-in. Get the hell out of here, man.
Mad thing.
Bro, like, I'm tired of it, innit? If man can't see the different faces of racism, then all it means is you need to just educate yourself, innit?
Yeah.
But
like I said, that's what they have to do, innit? Just educate themselves. Before coming out of comments, innit? Just educate yourself, man. Like, that's all you got to do. Like, educate yourself. If you don't want to educate yourself, then just don't talk. That's it. Just don't talk, innit?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone knows that Adama's wham, blood. You can see it by looking at him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't need to say, innit? That doesn't need to be commented on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, every time he does something, pace and power, bro. You know them, man. Imagine, if you're looking at a woman singing, she got an amazing voice and you're talking about her tits all the time, bro. Her tits ain't got nothing to do with the fact that she's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Adama Traore's biceps ain't got nothing to do with the fact that he just dribbled past 4 men, bro. What do his biceps got to do with that?
Mad thing, bro. Mad thing.
Well, bro,
Mad.
get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? When man chat shit, the man just get blocked, bro.
Blocker.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Big up everyone in here, bro. Make sure you smash that like button, yeah? Make sure you smash that like before you leave, bro. Make sure you add up Akeem on the socials, bro. The act's at the bottom. If you got anything else you want to plug, act, bro, like, go ahead, my guy.
Nah, bro, just keep supporting the things. So keep supporting Rants as well. Obviously, follow us if you're not. We'll be here every single week, man. We're gonna keep coming with these opinions.
This is it. We're gonna keep it going. That's it. I mean, like you don't, bruv. Unpopular opinions, but the facts are, bruv. Like, man will always come with statistics to back up my fucking opinions, innit, bro? Man don't want to throw them out here for no reason, bruv. Not that guy, bruv. So big up you lot for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like button. We need it. Do you know what I'm saying? We need it, bruv. We need it, man. We're gonna catch you lot next week. And appreciate your interaction, man. Catch you, man, in a bit.
In a bit.